Hi, my name is Lwamkelo Tshikinig, and this is the playlist on the wireless. And I do have a beautiful ladies here joining me in studio, Leigh as well as Marcelle, who are going to be actually highlighting what this rescue dog is all about. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much
Thanks for having us here.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's literally a pleasure. Save a Pet is a big name that is actually calling for action. Mm-hmm. Can you just give us a little bit of what is it all about and also your role in the center?
Sure. So I'm Leigh. I'm the manager at the actual shelter in Greenbushes. And with me today is Marcelle. She's our dog and cat behaviorist. And so we're a dog and cat shelter located in Greenbushes here in Gqeberha. Mm-hmm. And it's our mission to rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome unwanted, neglected, abused animals, dogs and cats. And then also, while doing that, we also want to try and improve the lives of companion animals living in these impoverished communities with education and through sterilization projects. So
you just saying that, it sounds as if it's a lot of work to get into behind. What is the typical day looking like when in the center in terms of making sure that the dogs are actually, all the animals are taken care of?
So it would basically start with when we get in checking on all our rescues to make sure everyone's nice and healthy and okay. There hasn't been anything happening in the night. And then the busyness starts for us. So every day has its own set of challenges. So we're pretty much prepared for whatever's going to come along. Sometimes we're not always too prepared, but we do our best. Yeah. And so our number one priority is obviously always making sure that the animals living at the shelter are well taken care of. They've got a clean environment, nutritious food to eat, medications and treatments are administered. Yeah. That they're getting enough exercise as well as mental enrichment, which is where Marcelle comes in. And then, of course, we're assisting people with the adoption process. We do, as we said, go out into the communities where the animals may be in need of medical attention, that sort of thing, collecting, receiving donations, repairs and maintenance around the shelter, answering queries, educating people. Collecting animals for steries, going to vet visits, and it goes on. There's plenty to do.
The list goes on. Yeah. Currently, right now, how many animals do you have in the center?
So we have about 150 dogs and cats in our care at the moment at the center.
That is a huge number. You guys are doing the work. Thank you so much. I just want to also touch in terms of share some little bit of light to us with our listeners in terms of what are some of the successful stories that you guys encounter dealing with, adoption as well as, the animals as well, finding their perfect home.
So Alaska's is one of my favorite stories. And if you've dropped a coin into one of our collection tins in the last year, you would have seen her transformation pictures right there on the tin. And we often find strays where we are, being in a, informal environment. But on this particular day, Leigh went out to get lunch and on her way back saw an emaciated dog and obviously had to stop to help. And she lured this dog into the bakkie with her lunch that she just bought. So there went her lunch. But when she arrived at Save a Pet, Alaska was just pure skin and bones, barely a tether of her hair on her. And despite all of this, we could see clearly that this little girl just had such a lust for life, despite everything she must have been through. So her recovery did take a couple months, but she just continued to flourish. And we learned very quickly that she was one of the friendliest and most social dogs that's come into the shelter. I can't remember a single time that she wasn't happy. She used to bark at me every time she saw me to make sure that I never missed giving her a treat. So by the time she left us for her forever home, Alaska had the most beautiful, luscious coat and a little bit on the chubby side, but with the same enthusiasm for life she always had. So she is now living with an amazing family on a big property here in P, where she gets to run and explore with her family and their other dog without any of the dangers and struggles that she had previously. And we just couldn't be happy for her. This is exactly why we do what we do.
Oh, I so wish I was Alaska. I definitely so wish. But now let's talk about also the serious stuff in terms of adoption. I know there's basically a process behind it in terms of for people who want to adopt. And also there's a responsibility from you guys supervising, making sure that the dogs or the animals are actually making their way to a right home. How is that process and how people can actually get in?
So for sure, our adoption process begins with the potential adopter filling out an application form. And this form serves two purposes. Number one, seeing if the new potential owner meets our adoption criteria. And just as importantly, it helps us to determine what the right dog for the right family is. So once that family has chosen a dog, they can book the dog, and it's R100 non-refundable booking fee. But this is also taken off the full adoption fee. So then a property check is conducted to make sure that the premises is safe and the home meets the criteria for that specific animal. So, there's a right dog for every home and vice versa. And then we may request that adjustments be made for that animal. But once the property check has passed, the adoption can be finalized. And to do this, they sign a contract, the adoption fee is paid, and the rescue gets to leave to their new home.
Oh, it sounds as if it's a perfect match kind of situation. You need to make sure that everything goes according to plan so that the animals also are actually in the right home.
Absolutely.
Wow, what is an amazing work there. But I want to get into what is this event about? What can people expect from it?
So this is our third annual Rescue Dog Show, like Leigh said, on the 30th of November. And it's a fun show that's for dogs adopted from any rescue organization. We have fun categories that include things like most impressive ears, shiniest coat, friendliest pooch, super seniors, cartoon character dress up, clever trick, musical sits, and more. And we also have a market that's headed up our Planty Brew with stalls featuring things, delicious food and drinks, crafts, handmade goodies, pet toys, and plenty more. And this is just in time for Christmas shopping, so you have to be there. And then there will also be a Pet Expo section with stalls by Hills, Diamond Naturals, Linton Grange, Animal Hospital, Behaviourist of Port Elizabeth, and more. So there's quite a lot. And this is all to highlight how amazing rescue dogs are.
Oh, definitely. I want to find out also in terms of the process in terms of, is there a deadline in order for people to start registering their dogs as well if they want to be part of the show?
So we would prefer entries ahead of time, but we will also be accepting entries on the day of the show up to 20 minutes before each category. Pet parents must please remember to bring along proof of vaccination, and all dogs must be on a lead. So for show rules and entry forms, they can just contact us. Our number is 078 417 7672. So I'll repeat that, 078 417 7672, or they can just email manager@saveapet, one word, and .co.za.
I also want to find out in terms of how will the process from the event make a difference in terms of Save a Pet?
Our goal when we started the Rescue Dog Show was to highlight how amazing rescue dogs are, get some exposure for some of our animals that we have available for adoption. So we enter some of our own dogs in the show, but then also just to kind of, break those stigmas that are out there that rescue dogs are damaged. And we want to show people that dogs at any age, from any background, they're still amazing, they can still be trained, and they can still be a lot of fun. And it's just a fun family day at the end of the day. There's something for everyone. There's dogs doing fun activities, there's food, there's drink, there's goodies you can buy. So it's just a great day.
A whole lot of entertainment in just one show. If someone can't attend the what you call the event, how can they be able to help on their end in terms of donating? Is there anything that they can do from their end?
Yeah, so Save a Pet, we have many different ways that people can really make a difference for the animals. Obviously, financially, people can always make once-off donations. We have monthly pet sponsorship options, supporting our various other fundraising initiatives through the years. So if you keep an eye on our socials, you'll be able to see what other events and things we have coming up. Obviously, we also always happy for donations of goods. We have a wish list on our website of the various items we're always in need of. Including pet food, blankets, toys, treats, cat litter, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
We also have, for those who may not be able to assist financially, volunteer opportunities. So there's casual volunteering where you can just help with cleaning or gardening type activities. or if you'd like to volunteer with our animals to help out there, we do volunteer training sessions throughout the year so that volunteers can learn how to interact with our animals. And we do keep that schedule up on our website. So, yeah, the best thing is to pop to saveapet.co.za and click on how you can help. And there's many different ways you can do that.
Oh, all in one. Looking ahead now, what are actually your hopes for the future for Save a Pet and as well as the animal that you care for?
So obviously, we always want the ideal home for all our pets, loving forever homes where they're going to stay. We also always we're very much an organization about learning and continuing to grow. So we continue to take opportunities to learn where we can improve as an organization for the benefit of the animals. And then ultimately, our vision statement actually states that we envision a community with a controlled pet population where the human-animal bond is nurtured. And that would be our ultimate vision.
How can people get in touch with you from today's show? How can they, any socials, the number also Marcelle mentioned, can you also repeat that number for us?
Yeah, sure. So we are on social media. On Facebook, we have 2 pages. We've got Save a Pet Port Elizabeth. That's where we mostly post our updated information, news, that sort of thing. And we've got Save a Pet Adoptions, where you'll see all our animals up for adoption. On Instagram at SaveAPetPE. We keep that up to date. TikTok, we have quite some cute little videos going on our TikTok, created by the shelter staff. So TikTok is Save a Pet Shelter. And we've also got a WhatsApp line where people can join our WhatsApp group. And then, if you want to contact us, our numbers are our normal landline is 041 372 1780. Our cell phone line is 078 417 7672. And you're also welcome to always pop me an email at manager@saveapet.co.za.
Well, there you have it on our end. Thank you so much, ladies, for just sharing your hearts with our listeners and also for the incredible work that you guys do. And we will be actually cheering you on the 30th of November. So it's going to be a big event. And from you listening, make sure you do the right thing. Donate. If you can't, just spread the word.